Oh, what an adventure! Get lost with Google Maps. Good morning everybody, it's a smoky day outside today. They're burning off behind the school down the river. We got a delivery today. It's Saturday, isn't it? On a Saturday. I ordered this early last week and it's come a long way in a really short time, which is amazing. But it's part of our next trip planning, because we're going to some places you probably shouldn't really take a two-wheel drive even if it's got a diff lock. But we should be fine. But what we've done is we've bought a cheap, but not cheap, not throwaway cheap. It's a good quality winch. Now it's not the same brand I used to have on the Land Rover that cost me $2.5 grand. This one is a $600 winch in Australia. Alright, and I'm impressed with the packing straight away. I mean, it's packed really well. That's a 13,000 pound winch for you Americans, and it's a really well built, constructed winch. I did a lot of research before I bought it, looked at some videos. It's got Dyneema. Basically we're just going to quickly lift it out. My Ziggy's over there, there's her feet. She got nice feet, hasn't she? But she's going to help me lift it out, and then I'll come back. We'll lift it out and put it on the table over there. Alright, box is now empty, but by jingers it's really packed really well. Really well. That's they weren't going to damage that in the shipping. Okay, so like I say, this one's rated at 13,000 pounds. Alright, brand's Fiery Red, look it up, it's pretty good. It's one of the better ones. I think Australian we paid about $570 for it. It's synthetic Dyneema, 10mm synthetic Dyneema, 27 meters, which is probably too much. But what's in the box? Well, the winch, of course, the cable, some more cable, nuts and bolts, a lead for the hook, but I won't be using the hook. Well, that's pretty rough. I don't like the way they put this rough, like, I mean, the aluminium is really nice, but then they've got this sort of rough, I don't know what you'd call that, coating on it. And you don't, when you use synthetic rope, you don't want any rough edges at all. So I'll probably swap this out for a better one. It comes with a, now this is wireless, okay? There's a wireless device here, and that just plugs into the top here, like that. And then you can use this wirelessly. And it's also got a little flashlight on the front. I mean, I haven't charged this or anything, so and it charges through the lead that plugs in here, or you can use it with a lead. So basically in the box you get a lead, the controller, the remote device, this, which isn't in, yeah, I don't like the roughness of that. A hook, I don't like using hooks, okay? Usually if you're hooking up to a tree strap or something like that, you're battling to get it inside the hook. You're better off to use a big D shackle or a soft shackle and a different end on here. The little strap nuts, bolts, washers, spring washers. They've got special nuts in here, the special square ones, which are for actually going inside the mountings at the bottom. Yeah, and an instruction book which I haven't read because I've put winches in before. So we'll be, it's got about 27 metres of 10mm synthetic Dyneema on it, and it's got a simple free spool there we go. Alright, so that's it. That should get us out of a bog hole. What am I going to set it up for? Well, this gets set on the front of the vehicle, and I've got to buy enough gear to do a reverse pull. That's where you use a forward mounted winch to pull your vehicle out backwards, and that involves roughly 4 T-straps, 5 snatch blocks, and some extra rope. I'll be buying an extra 30 metre lengths of Dyneema, and I'll be cutting that into 2 15 metre lengths and just be putting eyes in it, not solid eyes like this, but loose ones, stitched. I'll show you how I do that when it comes time to do it. I've done a fair bit of rope work because I used to be into sailboats, so I'll show you how I do that with Dyneema. I've worked with Dyneema before. It's pretty good stuff. It's very cheap and affordable these days. And that's it, people. What's it like? Well, you see, I'm not doing any rock climbing, so I don't need any fast snatching or anything like that to do any fast winching, as you would with the double motor units or anything like that. And the last winch I had on the front of my Land Rover, which I spent a lot of money on, I had it on there for 2 years and only ever used it to pull somebody else out. And yeah, I've been down that path of very expensive winches. And look, the cheap ones, as long as you maintain them, check them. This one comes with a waterproof rating. So as long as you run them every now and then, a lot of people put them on the front of the car and just forget them. They don't spool the line out and then rerun the line, which has to be done. And they don't protect the Dyneema from the sun. See, I'll be putting enough covering on this to cover the first layer, so the harsh Australian sun cannot get to this Dyneema, because that really stuffs Dyneema up, okay? Is really harsh UV rays that we have in Australia. So if you just put enough rope guard on there to totally cover the first layer so the sun doesn't get in, unspool it every now and then and wash the line, and that's simply done with a bucket of water, pushing the line in and out so it flexes to wash the dirt and crap out of the Dyneema. A rope like this will last you a long time, but if you don't protect it at all, it's not going to last you long, and it'll just snap when you go to use it. Alright, so that's my view and opinion. Like I said, I'm just going off purely off feedback and other people's experience with this particular brand. There are a lot cheaper brands on the market. What's the best winch? on the market, the one you have when you're stuck. Whether it's a hand winch, an electric winch, one that connects to your wheel, as long as you've got something to help you get out of the bog hole. Because me and the missus, like, I mean, we're both over 60, let's just say that. Digging a vehicle out of sand or out of a gravel, like when we were at Macanoo Pool and we were on top of all those little rocks, if you do something wrong, those little rocks, you just keep going down, you know, you just, and the tracks have helped us get out of places, but yeah, if I need to go backwards, I'm just going to set this winch up with enough gear to do a reverse pull. And if you don't know what a reverse pull is, there's probably videos out there that show you how to do a reverse pull on a forward mounted winch. Just look it up, it's not that hard. It's only 4 tree protectors or snatch straps to go around anchor points, 5 or 4 depending on how you rig it, snatch blocks and a bit of extra line, and you can pull your vehicle out backwards with a forward mounted winch, no worries at all. Alright people, yeah, this fair leader, I think I'm going to have to change that. I don't like that roughness there. I just don't like it at all. But the rest of the winch looks fine, it's very strong. This has got, it's not just aluminium, this has got a solid steel bar going behind it, forward and backwards. But like any winch, mount them on a good piece of steel so they don't twist. Because if you twist the bottom plate and you twist the winch, it doesn't matter what brand it is, it's going to break, it's going to snap. Okay, so it all comes down to mounting. So you just don't crack them, you know. There's 13,000 pound of torque. That's a lot of torque on a thin piece of steel. That's yeah, it will bend bits if you're not careful. All right, keep safe everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, I rattled on a bit, but hey, I always do that. Keep safe. Bye for now.